If you're a pond owner like me, you can probably relate when I say that falling leaves just suck. But today I'm going to share with you an idea that I had that should cut down on how many leaves make it into your pond water this winter. The tannins in the decaying leaves make the water look black and nasty, as well as jack up your pH numbers. And let's face it, no one likes their pH numbers jacked. You, me, nobody.
Yeah, you should see what it's like down here. This wasn't in my contract.
My idea to fix this problem is to suspend a net to catch the leaves. I have 2 decent-sized ponds, so this may be harder for me than it is for some of you. I was lucky that some bird digested a red elm tree seed in just the right spot a few years ago, and fortunately, I let the tree grow. This tree actually has the most perfect little crotch to support a pole spanning the midpoint between the 2 ponds at just the right height. In my case, I'm using 3/4-inch EMT conduit to support some netting. This stuff is relatively cheap, resists rust pretty well, and is easily coupled together with fittings readily available at a hardware store near you. 3/4-inch EMT conduit comes in 10-foot sticks, which is plenty to span the width of my pond. So all I need to do is make a support to hold the other end of the conduit. Your situations may be different, and you may be able to stack some wood blocks or use a wooden post of some sort. After all, the sky is the limit when it comes to supporting a piece of conduit. In my case, I'm going to fabricate a Y-stick out of a piece of rebar. This will hold the other end of the 3/4-inch EMT conduit at the right height to hold the net off the water. I'll drive this piece of rebar into the ground at just the right spot. I made some slight bends in another piece of 3/4-inch EMT conduit. To match the terrain, and then I coupled it with a straight piece to span over the center support longitudinally across both ponds. So it provides the netting with latitudinal and longitudinal support. In other words, supporting both the X and Y axis. For screening to cover the pond, I tried 2 different ideas over 2 different winters. The previous winter, I had used what I had around, which was a combination of orchard tree netting and a 10x10 piece of dog kennel shading tarp. Both materials had their good and bad points. The orchard netting was nice and lightweight, but leaves had a tendency to get caught in the holes, or smaller leaves just passed through the holes to the water below. Seems to do an excellent job of catching the leaves, but it's so slinky that it actually goes into the water, and it's still going to put tannins in the water. But check this out. You can actually scoop these leaves off with a leaf skimmer and get most of them, which I think is going to save a lot of grief next year, because generally when the leaves hit, when they go down into the bottom, into the depths,
and they rot under there. You end up battling that half the next season trying to get that out. I don't know the right answer, but I do like that material better, I think, for protecting it. And as you can see, my rope kind of went limp on me too. So there's that. So it's been a few weeks after I put it in, and I cleaned this off numerous times when the real heavy leaf falls were on here, and I should have took more video of it, but as you can see, the leaves are laying on it and they just blow off with a leaf blower. But what my concern is when it snows on here, what are we gonna have? Is it gonna weigh it down to the point where it maybe might bend that conduit or stuff like that?
I thought to myself that having one piece of material that would cover the entirety of both ponds would more than likely be the cat's pajamas. So I found this garden shade cloth on Amazon for only 20 bucks at the time of this video for a 10 by 20 piece. This stuff seemed to be the closest thing to the cat's pajamas as I'll ever find. I'll include the link in the description. Can you please do this channel a small favor? Aside from the thumbs up, when you click anything on Amazon, click on my store link before you check out, and I can receive small commissions from anything that's in your cart, which really helps this channel improve future content. I draped the garden shade cloth across the framework of conduits and then tied short pieces of rope to the grommets in the tarp. I then tied the other end of the rope to the weights that I made out of some landscaping blocks. Your situation may require stakes or other means to support the netting in place.
Leaves keep falling, dropping down. Mostly Mike's pond's turning brown. Tannin swirling, water's black. He said this fall, I ain't taking that. Mostly Mike had a plan. Old man can do it, shade cloth, tools in hand. Amazon cart, click and pay. Fixing his pond the DIY way. Built a frame with a wink and a grin, keeps those leaves from dropping in. Garden shade cloth stretched up tight, mostly Mike sleeps good at night. Now his pond's clear, looking fine, fish all swimming, having a time. He points and says, y'all can too, click my store, I'll help you through. Mostly Mike had a plan, old man can do it, shade cloth, tools in hand. Amazon cart, click and pay, fixing his pond the DIY way. So when the leaves fall, don't despair. Mostly Mike's got tricks to share. Grab that gear, keep your pond clean. Thanks to Mike, it's a leafy free scene. Mostly Mike had a plan. Old man can do shade cloth, tools in hand. Amazon cart, click and pay, fixing his pond the DIY way.
So now we wait. I think that this is about as good as it's going to get. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Your pond situation and the terrain surrounding it may be different from this, but hopefully this gave you some ideas on how you can prevent leaves from falling into your pond. If you have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're new here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.